One of the complaints I hear all the time about AI apps is that you can only build hobby projects with them. Well, in this video, you're going to watch me build a real project with Databutton that solves a real business problem that could add value to a business today. So if you're curious if that's really possible, keep watching. Thank you to Databutton for sponsoring this video. Check the link in the description if you want to build alongside me with Databutton. We're going to build a customer service app, and the prompt I'm asking to create is to have a form for customers to submit tickets, and then we want the customer service reps to be able to log in, respond to the ticket, and mark the ticket as closed. We're going to want the rep to respond and send an email to the customer, and then the customer will have a link in the email to submit another form associated with the ticket to reply. So I'm going to click continue here. And then under requirements, user story specifications and quotes, I'm going to go ahead and skip that there. And then for design inspiration, I'll also skip that. I want to focus mostly just on the business logic here. For integrations, we're going to select Firebase and Firestore. Those are natively integrated into Databutton, so it makes it pretty easy to get it all set up. And then for storage, we will do Firebase storage as well. In case, I don't know if we have to use that, but I'll click that anyway. So I'm going to click Let's Start. Now Databutton is going to build the first version of the app. I'm going to pause the video while it does that. So when you first start a Databutton app, the AI is going to create a list of tasks to actually build out the app based on the prompt that you gave it. So I'm going to go in the chat and ask it to, yes, start on task 1, please. So I'm going to go ahead, select the first task, and there we go. So on the right side, you can see Databutton AI kind of thinking about what it's going to do to actually start building it out. You can see the first task is creating a landing page. So I'm going to pause the video while it does that. If you click the preview on the top left, we can see the preview landing page that it created. And I think this is a great start. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Actually, I don't even have to say anything. I'll just check mark is done. And then we're going to go back to the plan tab, and then let's get started on task 2. So I'm going to go ahead and click that in the task manager. And then on the right side, we can see it's going to prompt us to get Firebase set up. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to get Firebase set up in Databutton. You might be thinking, this seems really complicated. I don't know how to work with Firebase, but Databutton makes it really easy. So I'm going to show you exactly what you have to do. So first, we're going to click this. We're going to go into Firebase. We're going to create a new Firebase project. I'm going to name it Customer Support Test. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to click Continue. I'm going to uncheck Google Analytics because I don't really need it for this test project. And I'll pause while it creates the project. So here we are in the project. And the first thing you need to do is we're going to go ahead and add an app. So we're going to click on Web. We're going to name it a Support App. And we won't do Firebase hosting for now. I'm just going to register the app. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Continue to Console. Okay, great. Now we're going to click on Authentication here. We're going to click Get Started on the top. And we're going to add both email and password. We're going to enable that and click Save. And we're going to add a new provider, which is Google. And we're going to enable that as well. And then add in your email as the support and click Save. Then we can go back to Databutton and check off task 1, which we just did. And then we need to add these domains to authorized domain, which is databutton.com and our app domain. You want to go to settings on the top right of authentication. We're going to go down to authorized domains. We're going to add a domain. The first was databutton.com. I'm going to add that, and then we'll go get the other one. And you just click add domain and then add the second one and add it. Okay, great. So we can go ahead and check that off. Then we need to find our Firebase config in the Firebase console under project settings, and we need to copy it in here. So we'll just go to the top right, project settings. We will go down to our apps, and we are going to copy this. Actually, sorry, go to the top right to config, and then copy this config from right here. And then just paste that in. Great. And then finally, optional enable Firestore database if you want to store user data. I'll go ahead and click that. And then we can go ahead and create the database as well. So we're going to click next. We'll start in test mode because it's just easier to get started with. And I'll click create. Okay, awesome. So we have that started and we'll leave it blank for now. So I'm going to go down now and click install Firebase off. And Databutton is going to create a login page, logout page, and get this all set up for us here. Okay, so it should be good. I'm just going to click test connection here, and then on the bottom right, it's going to test it for us, and we'll just confirm that it works. It looks like 4 out of 4 passed. So it says, yes, it did work. And then here we can see it is just working on these subtasks that it's creating. It's creating subtasks, and you just saw it add a task, and it's working on the right side. And now you can see it wants me to test if I'm able to sign up for an agent account. So let's try that out. We're going to go to preview. I can click agent login. And I'm going to say I don't see the email and password option. This happened to me before, so I want to see if we can add that. So this is just the screenshot here. I'm going to see if we can add it because, again, and I've also noticed some issues testing the Google sign-in when I'm in the editor versus when it's published already. So let's see if this resolves it. Okay, cool. Now I do see that sign in with email, which is great. So let's try it. Seth@nocode.mba. We'll click next, put it in my name, put a password in. I'll click save. Okay, so it sounds like it wants to move on right now. So I think that's fine. I'm going to click mark as done, but we can always come back to it later if I'm having issues. All right, so next I'm going to go on to task 3, which is develop the customer ticket submission form. So I'm going to click start task, and I'll pause the video while the AI starts to work on it. Okay, so here I'm on the submit ticket page, but I want to be able to do that without logging in. So I'm going to say, please let me submit a ticket, or let user submit a ticket without logging in. We only need login for the agents. And I will pause the video and see how it does. So Databutton is telling me how to do this. So it says to just go to the submit ticket on the left and click disable off. Great. So I'll refresh, but let me go back out to like a login page and then go to submit ticket. And it should let me see it now without logging in. Okay, cool. So now I can see the ticket, which is great. So let's try to submit one and see. And I'm going to submit the ticket. And I can see here in the terminal that it did get submitted, but let's see what it says. So I'm going to say I submitted a ticket. Can we add a notification to the user to confirm it got submitted? So I'm going to test it again. It says it should have one now. And there we go. Submit ticket, support ticket submitted successfully. Okay, great. So I'm going to say, great, that worked. So now we need to ensure the agent can actually see the ticket, right? One thing that's really cool that I want to show you is because Databutton connects with Firebase, we can see in Firebase in the Firestore database, there's a tickets collection, and we can see those test tickets that we created. So really cool that it can do that. You might be thinking, so this is kind of cool, but so far I haven't seen the real value yet. Be sure to stick around to see the final app that we end up building. So I just logged in and then went to the agent dashboard page that I've just created. So I'm going to say, yes, I logged in. I'm on the dashboard. So now let's add the tickets to it. Okay, cool. So I do see the tickets. So I'm going to say, yes, I do see them. And it says the next step is going to basically improve the design, I believe. Okay, cool. So it worked. I'm going to click mark as done. Let's go back to our plan and see what's next. So now we need the response functionality. Perfect. So I'm going to start that task. So now if I click into one of these tickets, it'll open into a ticket detail page where we can see the app has built out the ability to write a response and submit a response to open, in progress, or closed. So it did take a little bit of back and forth. I just was having some issues when I clicked into one of the tickets. It would just say page not found, but it was just a matter of asking the AI to help us solve it. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this as done. We'll go back to the plan. And now we're going to set up email notification system for ticket responses. And I'm curious how Databutton is going to suggest that we do this. I can think of different APIs we could use to potentially do this, which I could suggest. But first, let's see what Databutton suggests. So I asked it that question, and it's pretty cool. It says that Databutton does have the ability to send emails directly from their backend code, and we do not need to integrate with an API like SendGrid or Resend, which is great. So it's going to start working on this now, and I'll pause the video and let you know once we have something to test together. Okay, so now Databutton wants me to test and see if it works. So I'm going to say, please unplug it and plug it back in. Okay. I'll update the status to in progress. It should email me because I submitted it with my no-code MBA email. I'm going to submit response and update status. Okay, so we got an error. It does not exist. Okay, so I'm going to say, here we go. Copy this. Say I got this error on submission. And it's always helpful to go into the actual logs and actually paste in the specific error. So I'll pause the video while it debugs this. So it's telling me what I need to do is enable the Firebase console. So I need to go to the Firebase console. And I'm wondering if it's a little confused because my project ID is this, but here it says my project should be Databutton apps. So I'm going to say, I'm wondering if it has the wrong project. My project is this. Let's see if that makes any difference. Databutton's asking me to go into my project settings, create a new private key. I'll generate that, and then I have it, and then I'll say I have the key, and then it just wants me to paste it in the JSON. So that's JSON that was downloaded when I generated the key, and now it's going to update, and hopefully this will work after fixing this. Okay, so it said that it was submitted successfully, and the email was sent as well. And cool, I actually do see an email. Let me pull that in here so you can see it. So here I can see I got an email from databutton.io, and I assume we can change that as well. But here it says, yeah, I got a ticket. The response, the ticket has been updated to reply. Please use the link below. I can click that. I assume that part's not working yet. I think they still need to build that out. Yes, but cool. Otherwise, that part is working. So I'm going to say, yes, that worked. I received the email. Next step is to build the response or the reply page for the user. Great. So it's asking me here to disable authentication from the customer replies, which will allow customers to submit replies. So I'm going to do that. Customer replies API, disable authentication. I'm going to say I just did that. So I just tried and got an error when I tried to click the message in the email. This is the screenshot. So I gave that error message and then gave 2 more pieces of instructions to make sure the user can see the full chat history, and that the agent should see a new message in the dashboard and see the full chat history as well. So I'll pause the video while it builds that out. So I think we're pretty close. I'm just taking a screenshot. So here you can see this is the conversation history that I got when I clicked on the link from the email. So I'm going to say the user can't see the agent's message when they click on the link. I think this is an authentication issue, or like a private. Basically, what the issue is that the user isn't logged in, and that is probably why that's not showing up. So they're going to have to make some change to allow that to show up. Okay, so now this is working correctly. I can click on the link in the email. I can see the conversation history, and then I can respond. So there's a message on the user side. So that is all working correctly. So now there seems to be a small issue where now that is all working correctly, but now in the agent dashboard, I don't see any tickets displaying. So I'll pause the video while it debugs that, but we're getting really close to finishing this first version of the app. Okay, and here we are. Now it's all working correctly. We can go back to the dashboard, see the current tickets. We can click in, and then as the agent, now I can see the full history, and then I can send another message. So I'll send a message. I'll put it to in progress. I'll submit, and then I'll check my email, but I should get another email here. And I do. Yep, another email. And then I can click view or reply, and I'm seeing the same thing on my other monitor, just that it shows the full message. So I'll show that to you real quick. And here we are with the, I'll just click view, and we can see the full message history here from the user and the agent. So it's all working correctly. So I hope that you found this useful, and you can see how powerful Databutton is, that if you are a business, you want to build an internal workflow, build your own real world automations that you can use inside your business. You can see how possible it is here with Databutton and how powerful its agent is to help go through the app, debug things, and make sure that everything works correctly. So if you've followed along with this video, we now have the ability for users to submit tickets. We have the ability on the submit ticket page here. We have the ability for agents to respond to those tickets. It'll send an email. It'll let the user then reply in a chat interface, which the agent has access to. Thank you again to Databutton for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description to go to Databutton and build your own apps just like this. We also have a link below for 59 validated AI business ideas. It's a great way to get inspiration for what you want to build next, and you could even use Databutton to build any of the ideas in the list. So go into the description, click that link, and get that full list that we put together. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel to get more free content like this. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video.